Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch You Want, and thanks for logging on. Well, my friend here is going to help me ring in the new year, so before proper introductions, a quick song for the holidays. Thank you so much. You're looking at the Breguet Reveil du Tsar, reference 5707, 39 millimeters in 18 karat yellow gold. You can see it, hear it, and if you like, you can buy it on our website, watchyouwant.com. And if you enjoy these videos, and I am back, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. Now, the key thing about the Reveil du Tsar, released in 2003, is that it elevated Breguet chiming alarm watches to a higher echelon. Previously, watches from the Lemania movement collection had been employed, but it was the critical addition of the Breguet caliber 519F, seen here, co-developed with Blancpain's movement manufacturer, Frederic Piguet, that really elevated the tone and sustain the overall ambiance of the Breguet alarm complication. So everything that's great about the Le Mans Reveil GMT is present in the Reveil du Tsar with a distinctly Breguet take on fashion, style, and heritage. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see the watch wears nice and compact, but with a nice broad-shouldered presence thanks to the traditional soldered-on straight lugs. 39 millimeters across the round portion of the case. The watch is also 11.5 millimeters thick, so nice and compact. With a rounded case flank, you can see it actually ducks right under a dress cuff quite easily. This one will have no trouble clearing a French cuff, a tight sleeve, a long sleeve of any kind. Now, it's a nice compact 47.5 millimeters from lug to lug, so although it is broad-shouldered, it's not oversized in the modern sense. Now, in 2003, this one actually won the Public Choice, so effectively the People's Choice Award at the Geneva Grand Prix of Horology. So it is an award winner, and a very popular one at that. The Reveil du Tsar remains in the catalog in 2015 going into 2016, so it's a watch that is already being considered a 21st century Breguet classic. Now, I want to focus on the dial because it features all of the hallmarks of modern Breguet. This is a style that was pioneered, not specifically this model, but this general translation of pocket watch look into a wristwatch format during the 1980s by Daniel Roth when he was the lead watchmaker and designer at Breguet, then owned by the Chaumet brothers. Now, the watch translates a lot of the key features of the Breguet pocket watches of the 19th century. The stylized Roman numerals, including the Watchmaker's 4, the Breguet secret signatures, the Breguet Hands, of course here a beautiful heat-oxidized cobalt blue with matching power reserve and constant seconds at 6 o'clock. The watch features a great deal of functionality for such a classically styled watch. It is immensely complicated. First and foremost, you've got the on-off alarm function right here at 12. You can cycle it as you please, and it's got a great tone to it, but you have unique power reserve to let you know whether or not the alarm is ready to sound off when you need it. So not only is the alarm's on-off armed status visible, but so is the power reserve. And you have a second time zone right here of which you can avail yourself to keep track while traveling or tracking family or business associates who may be in places far flung. Now, the alarm is set using this dial right here at 3 o'clock. It's a fairly broad, conventional 12-hour dial, but once you get good with it, it is easy to set the watch to within about 5 to 10 minutes, so you can pretty much nail the alarm time you're seeking, provided you're willing to practice with the watch, and that's half the fun. Now, other Breguet style signatures include a gorgeous sort of dot dimple outer minute track, and then inside a beautiful clou de Paris guilloche. There's a tremendous amount of rose engine lathe work done here, and it really enhances the texture, the depth, and the character of a dial that could otherwise be an overwhelming mass of information. This creates nice breaks between the individual subdials and allows the watch to work on its own terms, not so much as a 21st century pocket watch, but as a new interpretation of the traditional Breguet style in a complicated modern high horology paradigm. And continuing along the lines of traditional Breguet features, you can see that the lugs are actually retained by screwed in pin bars. They are not spring bars, they are pin bars that are actually screwed in to threaded lugs. It's the more expensive way to make a watch than to use spring bars, but it is more secure, and somehow the extra expense in the name of quality to me just feels right for the Breguet brand. Likewise, the case has a beautiful coining on the flanks, cold rolled. Again, the more expensive way to make a case, it does require some hand finishing after cold rolling this coined pattern, but I just feel that it's so in character, so apropos, it adds to the richness of the timepiece, in my opinion. Now, the caseback features that caliber 519F that I mentioned earlier. Again, co-developed with Blancpain, it features 38 joules and it beats at a modern 4 hertz. It is unidirectional winding. What I really like is that it's gorgeous. It's everything that the pre-Swatch Group Breguet wristwatches sometimes struggled to find with consistency. You can see black polish on the striker for the alarm. Gorgeous, the highest standard of optical polish. From some angles, you'll notice it appears black. It reflects light only from one angle. There you go right there. From every other direction, it appears black, hence the nickname Pauline Noir or black polish. There's a gorgeous clou de Paris guilloche on the winding rotor itself, this one being 18 karat gold, and you can see beneath all of the standards that you've come to expect from Breguet and Blancpain at the very apex of Swatch's high horology holdings is present in force. You can see Côte de Genève on the bridges. You can see a tight and even perlage on the base plate. You can see that it is a free-sprung balance in the modern fashion, but everything is very traditional, right down to the mirrored anglage polish on the edge of all the bridges. Again, 38 joules and adjusted in 5 positions. There is some seriously modern high horology inside this seriously traditional take on the wristwatch. Beautifully rendered by Breguet, it's virtually indistinguishable from the current day 5707 Reveil du Tsar. This is a watch that, as I stated earlier, is becoming something of a modern day classic. Timeless in appearance, it's a fantastic combination of utility, being automatic winding, featuring a second time zone and an on-off alarm. If you're looking for just one Breguet to wear all the time, you can't do any better than this reference 5707 Reveil du Tsar, available at watchyouwant.com.